People always asking why I can't see you. When we gon' link, I'm busy like, but yeah.
Hi guys, welcome back for round 2 of the F4 season. We're in Thailand, we're at Buriram at Chang International Circuit. Quite an interesting track. A lot of events happening this weekend. We've got trucks over there, GT4, Thailand Super Series, touring cars. Just a lot going on, so just be entertaining a weekend. So just arrived straight into quali, so looks like a really nice wide track, lots of runoff. But yeah, it looks like a cool circuit. We'll see when I get on it.
Well, the journey here was quite tough.
Because I had exam yesterday, the earliest flight I could catch was like a 9 p.m. flight. So we went to Bangkok. It got delayed like an hour. So we came 1 hour late, and then we had to drive, I think like 5-6 hours up to the track, up to where we're staying. And we only got here at like 4:30 in the morning. And then when we came in and everything, I just couldn't fall asleep.
At least today is not much driving, so I won't get too tired, and not much rest time, so I won't feel too lethargic or anything. Maybe not the truck, but maybe the GT3 cars that are doing Thailand Super Series and the GT4. I was actually, instead of the F4 season, I was going to do Thailand Super Series in a GT4 Mercedes. Not supposed to, but it was like a very realistic option we were going to do. But I think the route we chose now is better. The car is like a bit more raw, but I don't know how it would be driving one of those things, to be honest.
So how do you feel like your father is in here?
Yeah, feels good. Good to have his mentorship, I think, guiding me through the weekend. A little bit of pressure, but it's fun.
He looks like he's been helping you with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Giving you tips also.
Yeah, he definitely, I think it keeps my mood up as well. Makes it more like a realistic view, because sometimes I'm quite optimistic. So, yeah.
So here we are, we're in Buriram in Thailand. I'm super excited to be here to watch Josh race this weekend. He obviously had a bit of a tough weekend in his first round, and unfortunately I was racing as well, so I couldn't quite make it. So yeah, really excited to watch how he goes this weekend. It'll only be his second time in the car, so he's just kind of building on what he's learned in Sapa. And yeah, it's going to be really fun to see how he progresses through the weekend. You know, that was your first session, you've never been here, so you'll start to enjoy the track as you get a bit more comfortable. But just unfortunate for you that you go straight into qualifying now.
Yeah.
Because you missed yesterday, but it's really solid start.
I'm fine with the lap time, just, yeah, driving felt really off.
Yeah.
So if I can piece it together, and going, you know, the one where you go flat?
Yeah.
Really sketchy. One, it's slippery. Two, it's like you're going downhill just before it, and it's really bumpy. So I'm bumping everywhere. Me, under braking, you know how the rear gets a little bit loose. This time it was like too much. Mainly through turn 12, last one up.
What you're saying to me right now, I need it here so I can go to Greg and Dad with the words.
I think he did quite well. You know, we're within a few tenths of his teammates, which is really good. It's difficult learning a new track, first day, you know, got 1 half-an-hour bike session before qualifying. And we managed to save 1 new tire from qualifying, so that means we have 2 new tires for 2 of the races, which will put us in a pretty good position. Hopefully race 1, something happens, we get a top 6, and then we're at the front for race 2.
So after FP1, I got my first few laps in. Sector 1 was actually quite good. I had a list of things I had to do to improve on for Sector 2 and 3, going straight into quali. Missing a whole day of testing was like really quite a lot. So now I just focus on having a good dinner, resting up for tomorrow, getting some sleep, and then full focus on the race tomorrow. Yeah, so now about 10-15 minutes away from race 1.
going on the new tire, made a few changes to the car. Yeah, excited, just gonna try and make up some places, get in a good spot for race 2, reverse grid, maybe if I can get up to P6, can start P1, so yeah, we'll see how it goes, but I'm excited.
Then just a bit more speed at T8 and T9, mid-corner. So maybe that's feeling the brake, coasting a bit more, something you have to try. Balance was okay? Nice, yes. Enjoy it, bud. Love you, have fun.
Ironically enough, Joshua Berry has both the Australian and Korean flags on his race suit, but he races under the license of Singapore. A multi-nation driver. Lights come on though, as we are going to be racing for the first time this weekend in Buriram.
Well, take a job. Really good. Well done. Feel good? Yeah. I think for your first drying conditions, you did a really good job. Your pace was mega, but you obviously got stuck behind the guy. And also, you probably cooked your tyres. Yeah. So towards the end there, when you needed the pace, you started to drop off a little bit. Your sector 1 was always mega. So it's a good lesson in terms of having to cool the tyre in a drying track to go offline. Yeah. But really good job. Well done.
How you feeling? Yeah, I feel fine. How was it going? Solid, alright? That's all it's like. I thought it was a rolling start. Oh, so that's why I don't tap today. Oh, okay, yeah. No, safety car start is always like safe jump start. We have to go away? Yeah. Yes, wait. You got me so fresh, man. I mean, you stayed on the job, you were testing it while I was running it. Not bad. P3 rookie?
I was holding P7 for majority of the race, and then safety car got called. Then I made a few, maybe 1 or 2 mistakes, and started to put a bit of pressure on myself. And after that, I got into a really nice rhythm, which was quite good. I had the same pace as what the top 4 were running, so over a longer stint should be good. But yeah, I need to find the rhythm a lot quicker. Yeah, but overall, I'm very happy with it. My feng shui master told me to eat beef yesterday, so I eat a lot of beef, and then now this is what I get today.
So more beef, better performance.
Yeah, exactly.
Not paying another round though.
Yeah.
Few races around the world so far, right?
Yeah. My favorite?
Yeah.
I've been to Buriram, Sepang, Singapore, Portimao, probably a few more that I don't remember. Portimao, enjoyment-wise, wasn't the greatest, but significance-wise, I think it was really like number 1, because that was the turning point where I realized I missed racing. So once I came back from Portimao, I started karting again, going on the sim, just talking about racing again, and then it brought me into doing this now. So I think it was quite like the main significant thing. It was raining quite a bit, just a little bit before. Now it's quite wet. There's not much sun, so I don't think it'll dry up the track like crazy. But hopefully the GT4s will go clean everything up. I think still slick tires, but yeah, I think it could be a bit greasy and a bit sketchy. None of my testing or practice sessions have been in the wet. Only kind of race scenarios and the races are not very long. So I think there's lack of experience there, but I think it's good for experience to get a change of conditions, just to, you know, see how different the car reacts and stuff like that. Yeah, I think that's the main thing, but
I think it'll be a fun race more than anything. I think Josh's going to learn a lot, which is important because he hasn't had proper wet running. So yeah, I mean, it works in our favor. You know, we have 2 slick tires, 1 new wet tire. If it rains today and it's slick tomorrow, we'll be in a good spot. I expect, yeah, top 6, top 7. That'd be nice. If it rains, it'll be a bit more difficult, but that would just be more learning. Yeah, I don't mind if you have a slow start. We just have to be with the pack. These act like new tires. You know, they're going to be slippery the first half lap, but they should clear pretty quickly because there's less surface area. All right? So you should be able to get a feel of it pretty quickly. Once you go around, nice and easy. Still get a feel, you know, mid-corner and the braking. That second lap's going to be crucial for you to get a feeling though, yeah? If you lock up the front, wind the brake bias rearwards, vice versa, okay? Clockwise is forward. Okay. Yeah. Some corners you might need to adjust the gearing, using a lower gear for going a lot slower. So just keep that in mind as well, alright? Okay, see you on the grid. The track will be drying during the race, so probably after the first few laps and when there's a dry line appearing, you're going to have to be going off the racing line to pick up water down the straight. Keep the tyre intact, yeah? Okay, have a good race, man. Relax!
It doesn't look as wet as it was before, so it looks as though that the natural heat and humidity around here in Thailand is certainly helping the circuit to dry up as fast as possible, but there is still some spray around on the circuit, which means the wet tyres are required.
And so I think it's a very valuable lesson for him in terms of, you know, the ability to manage tricky conditions and be on a wet tyre in drying conditions. So I think at the end there, mid-race, his pace was really, really good and he was like right on the back of the other guy. But then I think he overheated the tyre and he wasn't sure about how to cool the tyre, go offline, pick up the water to cool it down and all of that kind of stuff. Super proud of him.
Does it feel stressful watching it?
Oh, it's so stressful. Like, it's harder to watch him race than it is to race myself. So yeah, no, it's really, really stressful. I already have enough challenge managing my own emotions on a race weekend. Managing 2 emotions now is even more challenging. So yeah, but super proud of him and watching him grow and develop is pretty amazing.
Overall, I think I'm pretty happy with the result, just to be able to get the experience of driving this car in the wet. I learned so many things about the car, and you know, every lap I was pushing it harder and harder to see where the limit is without going over it. Still secured the P3 rookie. Didn't move up, didn't move down. It was all right. The pace was really good actually. Could have caught up, and I was catching up to the guy in front. I think I made up maybe 3 seconds in total or something, which was quite good. Everyone else had been cooling their tires and saving it a bit more, but I was pushing on the dry line the whole time, so tires were really struggling. And then by the end of the race, you know, drop off was pretty crazy, so yeah, started falling back a bit, but full focus onto race 3 now, starting from the back sadly, but yeah, I think it'll be a fun race. Get to overtake a bit, so yeah, should be fun. Main focus in race 3 is probably just being a bit more aggressive. If I can focus on getting a good start and getting into the rhythm earlier than race 1, then I can definitely climb my way up quite easily.
You've made tremendous progress. You know, race 1, race 2, really good. Shows that you've got a lot of lap time inside of you. And I guess looking at the onboards, we can see some obvious improvements that could get you anywhere between half to a second, and just take some risks, take some chances, use it as a learning opportunity. You've already banked 2 really good races, so yeah, take some risk in the 3rd.
There's a lot of school trips going on here at Buriram, so just presented the car, answered a lot of questions to the students, which was nice. So yeah, took a few photos, things like that. Thank you.
Blue Star car are on wets. Everybody else is on slicks. So don't get stuck behind them. They'll be much slower than you. Push to get your brake temps up. So out of the box, if you see a blue car, just push past and start warming your brakes. Okay?
Cool, right? Experiment. Don't worry about it.
It's possibly almost 50-50, if not more, dry than wet. And I think it looks as though the majority of the drivers, if not all, have decided to go onto the slick tyre this time by.
Driving will feel different. Sorry? Driving will feel different. So driving it feels good or the car didn't feel good? Both. The driving will feel much slower than before. Okay. So how does the car feel? It's really sliding. Yeah.
Yeah, so overall the weekend I think it was all right. And then race 3, tricky conditions with the wet. Yeah, I got off to an okay start, but then I feel like by the end of it, yeah, the tires just didn't get any better, it just got worse and worse. So yeah, but overall happy with the weekend, but race 3 wasn't the best. So yeah, onwards to Bangsaen.